We are here to launch a campaign where we have Uganda AIDS Commission is collaborating with Village Journey Africa, which is an association of bikers. We chose bikers because motorbikes are the most popular mode of transport in Uganda now. And the bike riders are young people. And when we look at our data, the HIV infection is predominantly affecting young people. We have about 1.5 million people living with HIV. In 2024 alone, we had 37,000 new infections. But amongst those, we had over 70% of the infections amongst young people between 15 and 25. And of those young people between 15 and 25, 4 out of every 5 young person were girls or women. So you can see that HIV is predominantly affecting young people. It's affecting the female. Although the HIV prevalence has come down to 4.9%, when you look at the detail, amongst women, the prevalence is very high, compared to men. It is more than 6%, while the men, it is less than 3%. So we've chosen to a partnership with the bikers because it is a packaging in terms of communication. The president has given us instruction to be creative around how to communicate and make the messages go out. And if you look at the bikers, you've just seen them demonstrating. They are young people, they are energetic, they are making a unique sound. Definitely, they are going to attract young people to look at them. And then when they look at them, they will be sending an HIV message. There is HIV still out there. Protect yourself, go and test. So that is the whole purpose. And this is a build-up activity to the World AIDS Day. The World AIDS Day will be commemorated on the 1st of December 2025 in Bushenyi. And we expect His Excellency the President to be the chief guest. As the bikers go around the country, they are going to Mbale, Gulu, Masaka, Mbarara, and finally Bushenyi. They will be taking a torch. The torch is a symbol of hope, symbolizing that, we have, the science has come, there is treatment, there is testing, there is pre-exposure prophylaxis in the form of prevention. There are all types of interventions. And we know that the scientists are not sleeping, that down the road, we will definitely get a cure and a vaccine. So the torch is a symbol of hope, that we need to remain alive, we need to prevent ourselves, we need to test, even as when we wait for the final solution to come. Among the prevention, so first of all, in terms, Uganda has an approach called the HIV combination prevention approach. It means that you do not use one method in isolation. First of all, you test to know your HIV status. If you find that you're HIV negative, if you're a man, then get circumcised, and every time you have a sexual interface or intercourse with somebody whose status you don't know, or who may be HIV positive, use a condom. But also, if you're at high risk of acquiring HIV, and these are some of the categories at high risk of acquiring HIV, you are always away from home, the long-distance truck drivers. If you have multiple sexual partners whose status you don't know, like the sex workers, because people engaged in sex work, they are always interacting with other people, but they don't know their HIV status. A certain category of pregnant women, we estimate that, because we see in 2024, 4,700 babies were born with HIV, and yet they shouldn't have been. So we identify high-risk mothers, test them, and if they are HIV negative, then they are given the HIV prevention intervention. So there are several of them. There's the tablet. There's what we call pre-exposure PrEP. So there is the tablet, which we have to swallow every day. Then there is the first injection was every 2 months, and now we have a new innovation of a drug called lenacapavir, and it is given every 6 months. when you're HIV, it's for HIV negative people. If you're HIV positive, you can't get it. But when you're HIV negative and you are at high risk of acquiring HIV, then you get it. And government, so it has been, Uganda was one of the countries that participated in research. It has now been approved for use, and the Ministry of Health is writing down guidelines who should access it, where it will be accessed, and how it is administered. And in a short while, maybe in 6 months' time, we should have it rolled out, and the people, those at risk, will access it. Now, there may be a category that don't qualify to be at risk and want to use it. It will also be available in the private sector. Somebody can go to the pharmacy and buy it and be able to use it if they want to.
Doctor,
so that is the information.
Is a game changer in ending HIV?
Definitely, the injectable PrEP will be a game changer. It will be a game changer because once we interrupt transmission, that ending AIDS by 2030 means, when you say no new infections, it means whoever has the infection doesn't pass it on. But when you try to pass it on, the person at risk doesn't get it because they are protected. So the injection is a real game changer. It's very close to a vaccine, I can almost say. It's not a vaccine, but it's very close to a vaccine.
Afrika Mashariki. Out there somewhere, alone and frightened. Tuimarike, umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu.
You can continue the music.
Soko kebere obaliagaga tokoze sangalozo kumeketa asiko bulamu tasa mukono tuzimbe Uganda engulumivu kale sirimu tumuranise sirimu kwe ogenda di abantu be Uganda twakukowa otugaziza otukaliza buli wempita abali mu miranga.
Let's start.
Together as one to fight the disease. We need to do it now and then. To fight the disease, we need to do it now and then.
Bikers and all the other partners associated with this event. My task is to welcome you to the Uganda AIDS Commission and to welcome you to this event, which is the first of its kind. We have not worked with bikers, but all of us have been impacted by bikers, and so we're happy to be associated with the bikers in this particular journey of our HIV response. And it's important because in 2017,